Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. And I am back with the Quickshot series. If you want to know the gap, the reason why, or what I've been doing, or an update, do look at my previous video, which is I did a live stream last night. I was in here doing a little camera test because the last time I did this series, I did it in a completely different location. This is a lot better in here. Here we're back. Sorry, Rey. Rey? If you want to know what that line is in the Force Awakens, if you don't know this fact, if you listen carefully, you hear at the end of her Force dream in Force Awakens, you hear this. Rey, these are your first steps. Now the Rey is Alec Guinness when he says, "Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid. Afraid? Afraid?" They took the f and the d off and they've got Rey. Don't be afraid. And then, these are your first steps. Was Ewan McGregor, who stepped in and did a quick voice. God knows what he got paid for that. So Rey, here she is. And you know, I loved the Force Awakens. I loved it. I loved the lead up to it. I loved the period after it. It was like the golden period for me of the sequels. I think that the way they ended up after that was not how I wanted to see it all pan out at all. But I loved the beginning bit because we could all speculate and think about how it would all conclude. It was magical. It was a great feeling when I left that cinema. I was satisfied. I didn't see it as a reboot of the original trilogy. I felt this emotion when I went in there. I saw the film and I felt it was really familiar, but it felt fresh and brand new. So if it's a soft reboot, whatever, that's fine. It still felt like something new to me. It didn't feel like a complete rip-off of what we've seen before. But this young lady I thought was brilliant. She didn't speak for the first, I don't know how many minutes it is, but you see her, the first time she speaks is when BB-8 appears and she rescues him. But even that first scene with the, "What you've brought me today is worth, let me see here, 1/2 portion." I don't think she even speaks then. She speaks later and says, "Last week they were half a portion each. What about the droid?" But I just remember the bit when she finds BB-8 and she comes out and she's quite strong and she has a bit of a confrontation. "Kalakapakwa!" Whatever she says to that guy. "Noma!" I just thought she's a really strong actress. She's really good. I mean, she got cast not for no reason. She got cast because she was good. And she was brilliant and she stood out and she is the icon for the new series of films. You know, oh God, I hate having to I keep wanting to go down the dark alley of the Last Jedi. I'm sorry, that's for another video, but I didn't like that film, I'm afraid. And I didn't like how it all ended up, but I did like this. It was a brilliant start, it had such potential, and I thought she was great. And I would have liked to, yeah, anyway, I'll shut up because otherwise I don't know, it's just, you know, we've all got issues, I've got issues with it all, but anyway. Moving on, so let's talk about the figure. So it came out in 2018 and it was the first figure to come back after a hiatus of the vintage collection, which was totally unnecessary. They should have and could have made a lot of card backs in the orange card line. Yeah, check this out. Just so happens I have these in this room just by complete coincidence. You know, the likes of Vizam, who is actually now in the vintage collection, and him, Elite Course Stormtrooper, he's now in the vintage collection. But there were tons of others they could have had, like, for example, you know, Meru. I don't know why I found these the other day. Oh my God, and Padme Amidala. You see, this stupid orange card line stopped this damn vintage collection, and instead we got that no frills packaging, I'd say. I mean, look at it, it's cardboard, that's cardboard, right? You know, why did they stop it? Ridiculous. Anyway, the Black Series is great in terms of 6-inch and then lightsabers and stuff like that, and helmets, wow. But for 3 3/4 inch, bad choice. And all of those figures in that line should have been in this line of figures. Bit by bit, they're bleeding them back in, but too late. We may never see an Amidala on a vintage card. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Rey. So the image that you saw when they announced the vintage collection coming back in 2017, which is when I started my channel, actually. I was inspired by the fact that it was coming back, and I made my channel to, you know, talk about what we should and could get. A lot of it still we are yet to have. Bib Fortuna, you know, and stuff like that, you know, but In 2018 it came out, but what it is when they teased the return, it wasn't this card for Rey, it was another one. Boom, this one, which is a nifty alternative. And it reminded me of that fella, Luke Farmboy, you know, a long shot. The thing about the vintage collection is when you've got all these guys, if you notice, if you look carefully, where is the head? The head is always just a bit above or parallel to, or level with the top of the bubble. Now you either get a close-up, a mid-shot, or a long shot. That's quite a long body shot of Luke there. She's kind of closer, tighter in the shot there. But the one previous of her walking in the desert, which is a promo image, I would have loved that on a vintage card. The actual font they went for in the end was this. See this Force Awakens font here? It matches this Revenge of the Sith font, that Phantom Menace font, and well, not all Return of the Jedi, but this one here. See this? That's the Return of the Jedi from the VOTC. It's a different font from the standard 1980s Return of the Jedi font. It's slightly chunkier, smoother. That's sharper. So there's two different Jedis, you see. That's true to the 80s. That one isn't. But that font there, and only Hasbro will know its name, it's the same as that. And this. And I'm glad they chose that, because the original original Force Awakens font was going to be like that. Or that. Yeah, the Empire Strikes Back font, but they didn't do it. It was, do you know what, and it must be in existence, that there must be a carded Rey somewhere in someone's office in Hasbro, which is the original prototype, but they didn't go for it, they went for this. So I don't know if you like the image or not. I promised myself this video wasn't going to be long, but it was always going to be long. I've got so much to say and waffle on about to get the series back up and running. So the image that they've gone for, I have criticised some of the cards in the new vintage collection after 2018 because a lot of them are almost too perfect, too photoshopped. I think that she's got digital light on her there. Like they've got shards of light coming in. Either it was a perfectly taken photograph or they've added like the light to the face. She's got hot spots on the ear. Hot spots, I mean by that, you know, if you watch Martin Scorsese's Casino, he loves hot spots, Martin. He puts them in on the tops of people's heads and on their shoulders or whatever. In that film anyway, he did it. But I think that she's got it all over her. I like it when an image is a little bit more, you know, not too polished. You know, like you can just tell it's a photograph from either the set or a shot from the film or something, and it's just a bit more real, a bit more, I don't know. Some of these are a bit too perfect, should we say? That's what I mean. And there's been countless figures of Rey released in the 3 3/4 inch, you know, the 5 POA mainly, but this is the best you're going to find for full articulation, for Scavenger anyway. But she's great, look at it. It's the best sculpt I remember of Daisy. Maybe not from that angle, but, you know, that's good. I don't know if this is pre, you know, Digi-Scantech or whatever they call it. Facial scan, whatever they call that, I don't know. But I put the backpack on her. That accessory there, see? Which is how she first appears. When she opens that drawer and she's scavenging. Is it Stormtrooper goggles? I'll leave that to you to decide, but she I've put that on one of my 5 POA figures of Rey. But the figure is excellent. She's got gloves on as well, hasn't she? See, really good. And she did come out in the Black Series, but I never saw her over in the UK. We got tons of Black Series in the red box, red and black. You still find him on shelves now, maybe, and him. Well, you could do. Maybe not so much these two, but definitely Finn is still on the shelves. I saw one yesterday. We never saw Reys though. They've got her though still. You can walk into an entertainer. In fact, I saw her in the entertainer yesterday. She is there. You can buy her. She keeps bouncing in price. You know, it's funny. It's crazy. In this country 12 months ago, Rey was down to $5, and now she's back to $7. Then they put her to full price. Then back down to $5, up to $7. I think they're just actually, to be honest, the entertainer have had their stock so long. They're now actually rising up with scalper prices. They're matching people on eBay. They've had the stock so long they can't shift it. I think they should just shift it. They should just get rid of it. Because the longer it's swinging on pegs in the entertainer, the more it's going to get damaged, because these, people have to thumb through them. Anyway, I've spoken for quite a while there, but I'll just give you another look at her. But she's great, man. I do like Rey. thought she was really good in the film, Daisy Ridley. If you're watching Daisy, I think you did a good job. I bypassed the compressor. Anyway, there's the card back. There's the figure. This is the Quickshot series back on the air, ladies and gentlemen. Quite longer than normal, that video. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, let me know so by hitting the thumb up button. Subscribe for more. This series is going to be running on. I'm going to be doing a video a day now to get through these, maybe more. So do keep an eye out. Make sure your notification bell is tapped, because it might be that I'm dropping 2 a day to get through them. I want to get up to date, because there's so much to do, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you for joining me. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.